going to do a lot. And then it's going to just fall to the Gambit and the Iron Man to really dish out the damage. But just like what you said, Cloak and Dagger going to be a really big deal here. If anyone initiates and Ricky Roy is on point tonight, AV1 and the rest of Onesnap are going to destroy the carries for PGS. Let's see what happens here because we are about to start with the semis. For the people watching right now, what are you expecting? Who's going to take this game? Is it going to be Onesnap? Is it going to be PGS? Let your voices be known in the comment section. Reptar, it's the early game. Who has the early advantage based on the draft?
I'm gonna have to give that to the team with the Ant-Man. We all know the capability of the Ant-Man in the Super Soldier Serum form. So, as expected, PGS already probably want to go into the blue side invade there for Onesnap, as we're gonna get a pause to open up the games and to open up the game for these two teams. PGS going with a 4-man stack in the middle lane, leaving Gambit and the Vision all alone. Now, we've been talking about just how different the meta has been recently, especially with this week. It seems like a lot of more teams are experimenting and taking a little bit more cues from our brothers over in Thailand, leaving just the marksman alone in the bottom lane without a support, while the support that usually goes to the marksman goes around with a jungler. So we might actually get to see that. Who knows? But I won't be surprised if these two teams decide to just play it safe, considering how I'm pretty sure they did their research against each other.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard in terms of the early game, because if they're going to be mirroring each other, I don't think any good fights are going to happen until at least the 4-minute mark. We're seeing a matchup here in the bot side though. Ricky Roy is more or less sticking towards Decky's position for now. So I guess that's something we're going to be expecting here. We're seeing the Hulk moving in to try to steal the money bot. Not gonna happen though, because Prey is just gonna be farming up here. I don't think they're planning to engage this yet. But looking at the positioning, we're seeing JG already clearing that double camp. Same goes for Usami. This is the timing. Once they get to that point, they're gonna go ham.
And I love the attention that PGS is putting into their own jungler here right now. Looking at how Negro and the Hulk, Lodo X, were positioning themselves in areas where they could, where Onesnap could potentially gank Captain America and stop him from farming. This is what you need to do if you're PGS against Onesnap. You can't allow your jungler without any protection. You're gonna have to protect your jungler to make sure that they can catch up to whatever Usami is gonna throw. And we've seen Usami go absolutely crazy there on that Black Panther. Speaking of, looks like he's in the bottom lane already, but not able to find the opening. He decides to back off a bit, and it's going to be a reset. Finding the opening, Negro gets stunned out there, but the knockback is there coming in from the Iron Man, so it's just a bit of a poke, and Negro finds the safety of the tower.
This is another thing. You're going to see JG waiting in that bush for a long time. AV1 was nowhere near. That was a wasted resource. JG could have been doing so many other things to apply pressure or possibly even get something done on the map. But since they were waiting for a pick on AV1 topside, they wasted an opportunity, and it was Usami taking advantage in the mid lane. Negro is going to be having a hard time here, especially since they're going to try to enable Sync 1. So when it comes to the 4-minute mark, it's going to be dangerous facing off against Human Torch. They don't even have a clear catch here after Hulk using the Shockwave.
Let's see though, a lot of it is also going to hinge once again on Sync 1's performance with the triangle of fire. If he gets to land those consecutively, it's going to be a tough time going there for PGS, considering how they have a really slow frontliner in that Ant-Man. He could just keep spamming that and catch anyone who gets caught in a big team fight scenario. That's something that PGS have to watch out for, and that's why it's good that they have the Hulk. If the Hulk is in the right place at the right time, he'll be able to catch off the Sync 1 with a Jade Giant Balibag special. And if he lands that, PGS need to turn all their attention to Sync 1, because if he could get Sync 1 down fast enough, that's going to be hard for Onesnap to recover. But you're going to have to do that and try to do that before Sync 1 gets the Eye of Agamotto. Once he gets Eye of Agamotto, then I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's going to be really hard because he knows how to time that really well.
Exactly. And look at this. 3 minutes, 50 seconds into this game. No action just yet. Both teams playing it very safe. It's a best of one. So one crucial mistake could mean that you would be out of this tournament. We're already at the point where Leviathan is going to spawn in. Ricky Roy going to be pulling that out. That's going to be spotted by the Hulk here. So that might signal a movement from the bot side, but no, instead they're going to be going top side here. You see JG trying to pressure AV1. Negro's going to be there as well. It's going to be a 3v1 against the Thanos. Avenger Vanguard are going to be committed. They're going to use the Unibeam as well. AV1 will back off. And that is a sign for Onesnap to take an engagement in the bottom lane. AV1 is still alive. Exhibit, Negro, and JG, they wasted resources there. Leviathan goes down, and Onesnap take advantage of that quick Leviathan.
They really wasted everything that they could throw just to try to get AV1 down and try to get the top lane turret. That was an okay... You get the logic there behind PGS's decision, but the problem is you're up against a Thanos who's under tower. Throw whatever you want. At this point of the game, you're not going to deal enough damage just yet to burn it down. And you gave up your Leviathan. You gave up the Black Panther buff, and that's a big loss there for PGS considering what Onesnap got in return. Still really close there in the resources though, and Ricky Roy, smart play there. Sometimes you don't want to overcommit, and sometimes you just gotta pull it out first.
Exactly.
With the Leviathan, I'm talking about the Leviathan.
Yeah,
nothing else.
And if you're looking at the mid lane right now, look at how Ricky Roy's positioned. It's looking like a swap. Instead of seeing a movement to the top side for the marksman, you're seeing Deki at mid, and they're putting Sync 1 in the bot side. So this is an interesting movement coming in from Onesnap, because usually we would expect teams that after the 4-minute mark, bot lane and top lane would have a quick swap. This time though, AV1 staying in the top side to challenge Exhibit here, while Deki going to take his place at mid instead. So this is really interesting. What do you think about this, Reptar?
This is standard MSW that you're seeing. We've been seeing some really weird and unique meta picks recently, but this is as classic as you can get with how you're approaching this game. Lanes have the expected roles. They're playing safely. They're all waiting for the perfect opportunity. This is going to be a slow burn of a game. But the longer this game extends, the bigger the consequences will be in a clash that goes against your team. If you lose a clash by this point in the game, that's going to be a really big loss for you. And that's what we're building up to. Deki gets a lot of damage right now. But JG and Negro don't decide to not overcommit. And now, small reset, but with Surtur up, we might see the game-changing clash I was talking about in a minute or two.
And this is the thing as well. Like, if you look at the gold lead, it's at 600 gold. It's not a big deal. PGS are keeping up even if they lost the Leviathan. Yes, losing the Leviathan in the 4-minute mark, it's a pretty big deal considering most teams. But at the end of the day, these are two talented teams. PGS know how to keep up. They know what they should be doing. And right now, they're buying time to make sure that they have the power to shut people down. But the thing is, we're going to go back to Onesnap here. Sync 1 is a ticking time bomb. He gets his items. It's going to be hard for people to stop him. PGS are going to need to use all of their resources just to shut down Sync 1.
And it looks like he might be close to building the Eye of Agamotto. Not sure if he's already going to lock it in as his first main item after the boot. But once again, both teams really respecting one another here, especially PGS against Onesnap. No one's starting the Surtur off just yet. Everyone's really just trying to find that opening in lane. And if that's going to happen somewhere, it's mostly going to happen in either mid or bot. I don't expect a lot of people to try to put a lot of attention into Thanos or Ant-Man at this point. PGS tried to do that, but they couldn't burn down Thanos fast enough. So now they're going to try to put their attention into mid and the bottom lane. Who's going to crack first? It's really hard to tell. So it's just a really big waiting game, and who makes the first mistake type of play for these two teams.
Yeah, and if you're looking at it right now, one small mistake might be it. The Unibeam is going to be committed here. There is a blink coming in from Ricky Roy. Deki's going to pop using the snipe here to zone them back. But the question is, that's for members of PGS. If Deki remains aggressive there, they're going to need to use Ricky Roy to save him. Good thing though, but because PGS decide to back off there, Sync 1 is going to enter and try to chase down Prey. Prey is going to pop that ult and run back. Now you're going to be seeing Usami and the rest of Onesnap getting ready to take this Leviathan. So 8 minutes and 50 seconds in, this might be a contest. We're seeing JG here getting ready, getting silenced. The sniper's there, the shield back is not going to connect to make that steal happen. So now that is two Surters, two Leviathans on the hand of Onesnap. JG gonna try to defend this mid lane.
Oh.
Now AV1, look at the damage. It's gonna be Decky popping this JG Captain America. He's gonna go down. That's a 2-0 in favor of Onesnap, and all of a sudden you're seeing Onesnap go full throttle. They're going bot side now. They're gonna go after the Hulk. They're gonna take him down. That is 3 members dead. 9 minutes in, it's a 3-0 for Onesnap.
Ooh, Playhouse was just taken to the Playhouse, but Onesnap not playing at all. The moment they got the Leviathan buff, the Black Panther buff, they just went, alright, it's game time. Sure, let's finally open it up here. And as I said, once it gets to the point, it's so late. I'm considering this the mid game already, mid to late game, where you lose a clash or skirmishes across the map. It's gonna be such a big loss, and it is. 3k gold swing already in favor of Onesnap Esports. They lock in the Surtur, they got in the Leviathan, they broke down the 2 turrets in the so far only 1 turret has been broken, but that's the most important one there in the middle lane. So PGS really have to watch out for that, and the next time Onesnap wins a Leviathan buff like that, get the hell out, find the safety of the tower, don't force a fight, because Onesnap will try to end you then and there.
Exactly. The damage output, the bonus there from the Leviathan is going to be a big deal. You saw, and we all know, Captain America, really tanky hero, but you saw what happened in the mid lane. He just got deleted. Look at AV1 right now, under the tower, going after Exhibit here. Decky and Ricky Roy are there to help out. You're seeing 3 heroes from Onesnap moving in. They're going to need to make sure that they don't get caught out here on PGS, because they want to make sure JG has the right scenario to pick the right hero. Right now, you're seeing Usami topside. They're going after the Hulk, while Sync 1, he's just gonna push the tower. That is 3 towers down in the span of what, 3 minutes? Onesnap right now just changed gears, and all of a sudden, it's not passive. They're going ham. AV1 is gonna be trying to dive here in the mid lane. Look at the UDP dealing damage. That could be it. AV1 turning around though. He pops the skills. Not gonna be enough. Iron Man stays alive. Great outplay there, but now it's Exhibit. Looking back, you are gonna go down, my friend. Good save from Ricky Roy as well. Usami's gonna go back to full health. Tower topside might fall here. 5-1. This time, that's another big loss for PGS. They need to turn it up. Turn up the gears. Try to find a way to make those picks, because they're separated all over the map. They're being overwhelmed by Onesnap here.
Falling apart so quickly right now for PGS. The moment they found the advantage, Onesnap did not let go, stepped in the throats of PGS and are just choking them out slowly. Usami though doesn't see JG and Lodo X are nearby. Usami might get caught out, but he dashes away quickly. Avenger Vanguard is committed. There it goes, the Unibeam as well. That's a lot of damage coming onto Usami, but he somehow survives all of this onslaught. PGS, that's 3 members chasing him down. A lot of damage being dealt out, and Usami still alive. He has to dash away. Everyone breaks the tower in the bottom lane. But there, let's see. Vision able to take out the Captain America as well. Lodo X trying to survive this. He gets caught out. 3 members of Onesnap against 1 member of Playhouse Gaming. You are not gonna get through the wall. That is Onesnap. Usami, how the hell did he survive that onslaught?
And that was what we were talking about in the early game. Once Onesnap get their timing, they're gonna have a hard time to catch him out. They're gonna even fight here under the tower. Look at how strong AV1 is. He doesn't care about no tower shots. He's gonna keep going. He's under tower. That tower will fall. Decky is well protected by Ricky Roy right now. You see PGS using so many resources to try to catch this Black Panther out. But what did they accomplish there? They used all their resources. Onesnap make the counter engage, and everything fell apart then and there. Now, it's AV1 fronting for Onesnap, trying to do as much damage to the tower. Unibeam, absolutely useless. Negro could not do anything, because the moment they saw the Unibeam, Onesnap immediately back off, wait for the resources to pop, and then now, they're going to be pressuring PGS again. Look at the engagement here. AV1 in the middle, he's going to back off medium without Sync 1. He might going to be pressured here. No, it's not going to happen. Vision will fall. PGS trying to fight around. It's AV1 now on the back foot, but here comes Usami looking at Negro. Not gonna happen. It's gonna be Negro going down. JG will fall as well. AV1 is still up. The Ant-Man is trying to stop Usami, but it's 3 dead. AV1 doing everything. All of them are going down. AV1, 4 members dead on PGS. That is the Mad Titan. AB1 playing like a god. This is the tower top side falling. Bot lane is gonna fall as well. Onesnap are running all over PGS. You could see the damage that this team is doing right now. This might be it, Reptar. There is a teleport coming in. It's Exhibit against the world right now. They're gonna try their best to really defend this. Exhibit can do it because right now, look at them. Yeah, you're trying to snipe down Exhibit. Exhibit is a tanky mofo. You're not gonna take him down. And just like that, the tower is saved, but 3 of the high grounds are going to fall. Onesnap played safe, back off, and now it's gonna be a reset. PGS need to find a
Be all defense right now for Playhouse Gaming. PGS need to hold the door, and this is all you can do really at this point with 9k separating you in terms of gold. Pretty sure at this point Onesnap is fully item locked across the board, or at least most of their cores are. Maybe one more item left for them to take. You're really just gonna have to defend through this. And the sad thing that we saw is that Negro had to commit a Unibeam just to stop the minion wave, especially that cannon minion wave, from dealing any more damage to the turret. If this team fight gets too messy and PGS let cannon minions past their defense, then they're gonna have to commit ultimates just to take it out. But it looks like Onesnap might go for the end game because Deki is pushing forward a little bit too aggressive there. PGS holding the fort down. Onesnap still waiting for the Surtur. Once Surtur gets close, once they get close enough, but they're just waiting for the Pirates of Hell to try to finish it. Unibeam already committed. This is gonna be bad for PGS without the Unibeam because here comes Usami. Doesn't fully commit just yet. The Surtur is dealing the damage. PGS trying to keep them back. PGS might lose one. The knockup is there. Eventually, Vanguard uses weapon of vision, able to get a kill there on the ult. Onesnap trying to end this. 2 down for PGS. That could be a third. That could be the base. That could be the game. Onesnap trying and going. PGS trying to defend it now, but still, somehow, PGS is holding on. Onesnap cannot finish the game just yet. Sabi dito ng PGS, welcome to the Playhouse. Kaya pa namin to, but too much damage. It's a little bit too late. Onesnap takes the game.
There we go. As expected, you saw the power of Sync 1 then and there, but you know, let's forget about Sync 1 a bit. I felt like AV1 was the biggest factor because once they saw AV1's timing, they knew second Surtur, go time. We have the damage buff, we will overwhelm them, and after that, PGS was forced to play react.